Hello Libra, welcome. Wow, forgiveness seems so powerful to start the reading. This card, notice these white doves. You have an important message, and I'm sure you're not here by chance today. Red feather, you're not here by chance. You have an incredible message. For now, forgiveness is important, and perhaps it's something you're not seeing. It might be the forgiveness you need to give, or maybe it's the forgiveness you need to ask for. Either way, it's influencing this person, it's influencing you, it's influencing the relationship with this person, it's influencing the situation you're experiencing with this person. I'll read it to you. The card is telling me to read the message from the booklet because even though we understand it perfectly, there's something in the book that is for you. Let's see, it's a bit long, let's see which part one need to read for you. Offering your forgiveness is not the same as asserting that the actions of others were justified or acceptable. Forgiveness is a statement of personal empowerment where we decide to detoxify ourselves from anger and all other negative energies we have accumulated. After all, when we cling to anger, we only suffer, not the other person. Strong message, isn't it, red feather? Let's see, now with the tarot, what is it that you're not seeing with your person in this relationship? What you're not seeing indeed, it has a lot to do with this forgiveness card, which I won't cover today. I'll leave it with the cards on the sides because it's so important. What you're not seeing, red feather, is that you're trapped or caught up in some problems, in some mental turmoil, feeling like your life isn't moving forward, or that your life has or that your problems are so big, or that the situation is so difficult that it can't be solved. I even see psychological reversal here. If you've had a neural therapy consultation with me, you know what I'm talking about. If not, you can ask me for information via email or WhatsApp to understand a little more, but I'll summarize it for you. A psychological reversal is a belief, a thought, a belief that is so deeply ingrained in you that it's so difficult or so complicated that you won't be able to solve it, or that it will never be resolved, or that you will always have to live with the same circumstance. So, of course, this has a solution. Sometimes it's harder, sometimes it's easier. But you have to understand that any circumstance has a solution, and what doesn't have a solution, well, you simply have to accept it and move on. So what you're not seeing is that if you allow yourself to stop suffering, to stop ruminating, to stop having those mental twists, to stop suffering for your ideas, for the turns your mind takes, for the discussions or the circumstances regarding this person, if you allow yourself to get out of that cage, let's call it that. If you allow yourself to get out and free yourself and allow yourself to see that the obstacle in front of you is not so insurmountable, in other words, that you can do it, you can allow change, you can allow progress if you let yourself see that information. What you have before you is an opportunity for movement, for advancement, for immediate action. And I don't know why, but I feel like part of this forgiveness has to be given to yourself, red feather. I feel that this psychological reversal or this situation, these mental limits, or this self-sabotage you're doing to yourself is partly because you're blaming yourself, or you're finding it impossible to forgive yourself for something that maybe you don't even understand. Perhaps you think that it's not. If it's not really for me, the forgiveness is for someone else. I feel that for the majority, it's going to be for yourselves, even for the fact that you've been made to feel guilty throughout your life, that you've been made to carry that burden of guilt, and in the end, you have so much guilt and so many things, or you treat yourself so badly that you need to forgive yourselves. This leap of action gives you incredible, abundant, and totally immediate opportunities to advance, to find solutions, to put an end to circumstances, to see life with a new perspective. Let's see, I feel that for the person you're asking about, not for everyone, but for the person you're asking about, I feel that it's not the right time right now. Or really things between you or between them would have to change a lot. But I don't really feel that for most of you. What you're not seeing is that this isn't the person you really need to fight for, it's not the person you need to wait for, it's not the person with whom you're going to have a happy relationship, joy, abundance. No, I feel that here there's a lot of learning, a lot of acceptance, a lot of understanding of what has happened, of how you treat yourself, of how you allow others to treat you, of what circumstances have brought you to this place. Because ultimately, what the last cards tell me and what you're not seeing is the starting point from scratch with yourself, not with this person for the time being. You know it's never a sentence with tarot, but for the time being. The cards tell me that while you're trapped in that imaginary prison, waiting for actions that never come from this person, or that opportunity that never comes from, you're in your world, you're stuck in your world, or you're in your world in that bubble, in that armor, where you're not fighting what you really have to fight, or you're not worrying about what you really have to worry about, which is getting out of this anguish, of this mental and internal struggle, and allowing yourself the opportunities, allowing yourself the changes and advances in your life. So, you're protecting yourself in a certain way from circumstances, maybe to not hurt yourself or to not suffer, but you're suffering and you're hurting yourself by protecting yourself incorrectly. So it's very important to introspect, to think, to connect with yourself, to ask for help from your guides, to ask for help from your angels, your guides, ask for signs, ask for light, ask for support, because you'll have it. You'll have it, and you have to internalize with yourself and understand where this self-inflicted hurt comes from, where this obligation to stay where you're not happy comes from, because the door has a key, you have it there, you just don't see it because you don't want to see it, because you're constantly with your eyes closed and covered. So, when we don't want to see something, no matter how much it's right in front of our noses, we won't see it. You have to lift your gaze and accept that you have the steering wheel of your life, that you have the reins of the cart, and that you can use that key to open that door and get out of this ruin, this emotional emptiness, these wounds that still haven't healed. You have the control, and you have the power to go out, ask for help, heal, accept, forgive, let go, because the opportunities will come. So, when I talk about opportunities, I mean opportunities for your life to make sense again if you feel like it doesn't anymore, to meet people again, to have goals and objectives again, to see what areas of your life you need to work on.